Now here's a strange thing. I've been puzzling over this. Like these little chaps here. These question marks. Something very strange is going on. Well, here we are at Dunn's Broadcasting Studio again. And what's puzzling me is this little mystery here. This chap here, you see. Now, there he is. Nice smile. Now, I thought he was the previous eGov assistant minister. I thought that's what he was. But he seemed to disappear out of that role. Then a few days ago, he was appointed. Better not have him poking his tongue out at us, had we? I thought he was appointed as Assistant Chief Minister for Digital Government Technology, Data and Cyber Security. It's a big mouthful, isn't it? And he's the front line between us, the Chinese and the Russians, because obviously they're always up to mischief, always trying to pervert everything you do. So he's the front line. He's our cyber security. Then strange things happen, don't they? Because a few days ago, yes, today in fact, today it was announced that he's now also Assistant Minister for Social Security. Now obviously he's got the cyber digital job because he's got experience in digital. That's why he's made his mistakes, his claim that he's very experienced. Now at Social Security, I'm not sure what his expertise is, whether he's been out of work for a long time. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what he's been doing since he's been in eGov. He's been in the States, of course, so he gets a salary from that. But whether it's Social Security, he's got a long history of unemployment, so therefore he understands Social Security. So, I mean, that's not the basis on which governments appoint generally, is it? But they said, because he's got knowledge of digital, he should have digital. So I presume a person who's got knowledge of Social Security ought to have knowledge of, being on income support and all that sort of thing. So that's what it is. But they also today they announced that the archive has got about 100 years of archiving because they're so short of staff down there. They're quite happy, but they've got a huge amount of sort of stuff that you'd expect if he wasn't out there being our assistant minister, chief minister. He could be doing digital work for the archive. Anyway, that's by the by. That's not today's agenda. So let's go and have a look at this other bit of film. Well, here he is again, I think. Here he is. Let's see if I can animate him. You see, there's a bit of sound. I didn't want the sound in the background, but it's there by mistake. This is previous recording. There he is. So that's the... You got good management there, pointing. That's good. Now you must pay attention here, because this is where it gets really interesting, if it wasn't interesting enough already. Because there's our man again. Look, I think. There he is. And then lo and behold, there he is again. There's two of them. You see? So this is what Charlie's game is, isn't it? I don't know. There's two. So one's presumably is the assistant chief minister for digital and all the rest of it, keeping the Russians out. And the other one must be the Social Security assistant minister. Now, whether Charlie's worked it out that they might need a seat each in the States, I don't know. But it could be a wonderful wheeze, couldn't it, to clone people? Because this is what they obviously are, clones. Now, one of them has been going around the parishes. This was filmed at Grouville when they were having the election reform meeting. This was filmed there. They're trying to influence the public, but it's the public that's been influencing them, isn't it? Because they've realised, or somebody's realised, that cloning is the future. Now these are being cloned, this person is being cloned, just like the constables have been cloned, because that's what they are, aren't they? They're clones. They're all the same, or more or less. They've all got the same outlook on life and how they run the island, and this is how they are. So this is what they're doing here. So Charlie's got a masterstroke here by cloning people in the States, and that's like the old dream that you have government without dissent. Won't be any dissent because they'll all think the same. So I think Charlie's a genius. I don't know, practical terms, as I say, Deputy Pryke used to have about 6 ministries all at once. I don't know how she used to do any of it. She had no staff, but she used to come into the scrutiny office and say, doing nothing is not a what was it she used to say? I forgot what she said it. She said it so many times. Doing nothing is not an option, she used to say, and then what she used to go away and do is nothing. So it was brilliant. I think this has got loads of potential. So he's not the invisible man anymore. He's very visible. In fact, he's twice as visible as anybody else. But he's a clone. So I think this has got great potential. Jersey leading the world again, punching above our weight. The first legislation in the world to be made up of entire clones. It's sort of robot. It's 100 years ahead of the robots that they're doing in Japan. We've got a completely cloned government, and he's just the man because he knows all about digitalis and everything, how to program everything. So I think this could be fantastic. And we could, at this rate, we could get the hospital at least within 100 years, I think.